The sun barely crested the Bighorn Mountains, casting a golden sheen over the clear, rippling waters of the North Tongue. I stood knee-deep in the current, my fly rod poised. The crisp Wyoming air sharpened my lungs. The Bighorns loomed rugged and timeless, their granite peaks framing a valley where lodgepole pines swayed in the breeze. I cast a delicate elk hair caddis, letting it drift on the surface, mimicking the morning hatch. The river hummed with life. Cutthroat trout, wary and quick, darted beneath the glassy pools. My line twitched. A flash of silver broke the surface, and my pulse surged as I set the hook. The fish fought, bending my rod, its strength a wild pulse of the mountains themselves. For hours it was just me, the river, and the rhythm of the cast. A bald eagle circled above, its cry echoing off the cliffs. Each trout I landed shimmered with colors, borrowed from the dawn. Red slashes under their jaws, bodies speckled like the riverbed stones. I released them all, watching them slip back into the current, free. As dust settled, painting the sky in hues of fire, I reined in my line. The bighorns stood sentinel, their shadows long across the valley. My boots crunched on the gravel bank, and I carried the quiet of the river with me, a piece of Wyoming's wild heart etched into my own.
Got a net, but didn't use it. A nice little rainbow.
Bighorn Mountains rose in the background, their craggy peaks clawing at the Wyoming sky, streaked with dawn's first flush. I gripped the wheel of my Forerunner, its tires chewing through a two-track that barely deserved the name road. Dust swirled in the rearview mirror, mingling with the sharp, clean scent of sagebrush and damp pine that poured through the open window. Each breath was a jolt of wilderness, kind of earthy. The trail twisted through a sea of rolling sage as gravel popped beneath the tires, the rhythmic crunch that synced with the 4Runner's rattling heartbeat. I dodged a pothole deep enough to swallow the truck, the steering wheel jerking in my hands, calluses catching on its worn leather grip. Ahead, a bull elk froze, its eyes glinting like polished jets, then bolted across a track in a blur of tan and white, vanishing into the scrub. Up here, there's no signs, no cell service, just the land's own language. The air cooled as the trail dipped into a shallow creek, water splashing against the undercarriage with a hollow slap, spraying my arm with icy droplets that stung like sparks. My thermos of coffee sloshed in the cup holder, its bitter warmth grounding me as the vastness of the backcountry pressed in. A red-tailed hawk circled above, its cry a razor through the silence, answered only by the wind's low moan across the open range. The dashboard glowed faintly, but the river was close, its promise of trout and solitude pulling me deeper into Wyoming's wild heart. For now, it was just me, the 4Runner, and the Bighorns.
it.